The council chamber of the Galactic Federation hung suspended in the void between stars, a crystalline monument to 10,000 years of cosmic diplomacy. Ambassador Emma Reeves stood before the assembled representatives of 47 species, her hands clasped behind her back, her face a mask of diplomatic neutrality. The translator device at her collar hummed softly, converting her words into the 17 primary languages of the Federation. The Terran Republic formally requests membership in the Galactic Federation, Emma said, her voice steady despite the weight of 3 billion human souls resting on her shoulders. The chamber erupted in what could only be described as laughter, though it manifested in forms as varied as the species present. The Kralix delegation produced a chittering sound through their mandibles. The gaseous Velnari pulsed with colors that Emma's briefing materials had identified as profound amusement. Even the normally stoic Mordesh allowed their crystalline bodies to vibrate with what passed for mirth among their kind. High Counselor Vexithar, a towering reptilian whose scales glittered like polished obsidian, leaned forward on his hovering throne. Ambassador Reeves, we appreciate your optimism. However, the Federation has standards, military standards specifically. Emma's jaw tightened imperceptibly. We are aware of the requirements, High Counselor. Are you? Vexthar's eyes narrowed. The minimum requirement for membership is a standing military force capable of defending Federation space. We require at minimum 50,000 capital-class vessels, each capable of sustained faster-than-light combat operations. Your species has been in space for barely 2 centuries. Our scouts report your entire military consists of perhaps, what was it? He glanced at a holographic display. 12,000 vessels? Most of which are barely worthy of the designation warship. The chamber filled with more sounds of amusement. Emma felt the heat rising in her cheeks but maintained her composure. Our reconnaissance is thorough, Ambassador, continued a Draxi representative, their voice like grinding metal. Humanity is a young species, weak, technologically primitive. You've barely colonized your own solar system. The Federation protects its members from the Devourers, from the Void Swarms, from horrors your kind cannot possibly imagine. We cannot accept members who would be liabilities rather than assets. Emma took a slow breath. Back on Earth, in the hidden bunkers beneath Geneva, she knew Admiral Elijah Chen was watching this broadcast. She knew what he was thinking. She knew what humanity had prepared for this exact moment. High Counselor, Emma said quietly, what if I told you that our military capacity exceeds your minimum requirements? The laughter intensified. Vexthar's expression shifted to something resembling pity. Ambassador, we have surveillance throughout your territory. We know exactly what you have. Exaggeration will not help your case. Emma reached into her jacket and produced a small data crystal. She placed it on the hovering pedestal before her. This contains coordinates, authentication codes, and visual confirmation. Perhaps the Council would like to verify before making final judgments. Vexthar gestured lazily, and a technician stepped forward to interface the crystal with the chamber's systems. Holographic displays flickered to life around the circular room, showing star charts, coordinate grids, and the chamber fell silent. The displays showed a fleet. Not just any fleet, Dreadnoughts, hundreds of thousands of them. Each vessel stretched over 3 kilometers in length, bristling with weapons that Federation sensors immediately identified as frighteningly advanced. They hung in formation in the void beyond Pluto's orbit, their hulls absorbing light, nearly invisible until the crystal's authentication codes had lit them up like a birthday cake. 500,000. 642 Dreadnought-class vessels, Emma said into the stunned silence. Each one exceeds Federation specifications for capital-class warships, each one crewed and ready for immediate deployment. Along with supporting craft, destroyers, frigates, carriers, the total count exceeds 2 million vessels. High Counselor Vexthar's clawed hand trembled. This is impossible. Our surveillance detected what we wanted you to detect, Emma interrupted, her diplomatic mask finally cracking to reveal a slight smile. Humanity learned long ago that it's useful to be underestimated. We've been in space for 2 centuries, High Counselor. We've spent most of that time preparing for first contact, building, planning, learning from every scrap of data we could gather about the galactic community. A Kralix delegate made a sound like choking. The resource expenditure alone, the manufacturing capacity, how could you possibly? We're good at industry, Emma said simply. It's what we do. We turned our entire asteroid belt into shipyards. We built factories on airless moons. We developed AI-assisted construction that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for decades. While you were laughing at the primitive humans with their 12,000 visible ships, we were building an armada in the shadows. Admiral Elijah Chen sat in the command center beneath Geneva, surrounded by holographic displays showing the council chamber broadcast. A slight smile played across his weathered features. Around him, the military command staff sat in absolute silence, watching their ambassador deliver the revelation they'd worked toward for 70 years. Send the signal, Elijah said quietly. Across the solar system, 500,000 dreadnoughts activated their exterior lights in perfect synchronization. The void beyond Pluto's orbit suddenly blazed with enough illumination to be visible from Earth with the naked eye. A new constellation, a message written in starlight. Humanity had arrived. Back in the council chamber, Vexthar found his voice. Why? Why hide this? Why appear weak? Emma's expression softened. Because we wanted to join the Federation as friends, not conquerors. We wanted to be invited, not feared. But make no mistake, High Counselor, humanity will not be dismissed. We will not be laughed at. We meet your requirements. We exceed them. And we stand ready to defend Federation space against any threat. She paused, letting her words sink in. The question is not whether humanity is strong enough to join you. The question is whether the Federation is wise enough to accept us. The silence stretched for long moments. Finally, Vexthar slowly lowered his massive head, a gesture of respect that Emma recognized from her briefings. The Council will deliberate, he said, his voice lacking its earlier condescension. But I suspect, Ambassador Reeves, that humanity's application will be approved. Welcome to the Galactic community. As Emma bowed formally, she allowed herself a genuine smile. Behind Pluto's orbit, 500,000 dreadnoughts waited in the dark, a reminder that humanity had learned the greatest lesson of survival. Never let them see everything you've got.